Hello, I'm being frank with you. It's Thursday, 9 February, and it is 7:30 in the morning. I'm already out on my duties, and it's not a bad day. 0 degrees and clear skies. The weather forecast says we're going to be hit with colder weather later on today. Not looking forward to that, but hopefully I will be back in my office by then. I will talk to you later. I just seen one of my colleagues. First time I have seen him since Christmas, because he's not been well. He had a cold over Christmas, the same sort of cold that a lot of people have had, but it got worse, and he had all sorts of other symptoms. I don't want to tell you what they were, but it just makes me think back to when I was a small boy. A long time ago, when you got a cold, you were off school for a week, maybe you didn't even have time off school, because all you had was a running nose and a bit of a sore throat. But nowadays, colds seem to be something completely different. And things that we now call the common cold, they are affecting people in so many different ways, and they last so long. In the old days, it was 1 week, and then you were okay again. The sniffles and the sneezing and the sore throat had all gone. But now a cold seems to go on for a long time, and doctors want to put you on antibiotics. The man I have just seen, he has been on antibiotics for 2 courses. I don't know how long a course runs, but and this is not treating the problem. So I think maybe our colds have, what is it you call it when it changes? It mutates. It has changed into something completely different nowadays, and every year the symptoms are different. And I don't really know how we fight these things, but I do think that we fight them the wrong way, because we are treating them with all sorts of things from the pharmacy, when really, the old idea of having lemon and vitamin C from oranges and all the natural things were the things that got you well again. Honey and lemons, yes, that was what my mother used to give me, honey and lemon, and that was what got rid of your cold. Nowadays, I think we try and attack it, and it just fights back. So I hope my colleague gets better soon, because he's still not right with he's back at work, but I hope he and everybody else who has these dreadful colds and viruses get well soon.
It is 10 p.m. and I'm sitting in front of the wood-burning stove just doing some paperwork, and I'm finished for the evening really. But I was thinking that earlier I talked about the common cold and how it is very common these days, but it is not like the cold that people of my age remember from their childhood. But also I think that doctors are giving antibiotics for these things, and the antibiotics, I think they give them because they don't know what else to do. There is a natural antibiotic which you can make at home. I know it sounds a bit like something you would hear on Blue Peter, but yes, you can make this in your kitchen. It is only 2 ingredients. One is honey and the other is turmeric. And what you do is you take a tablespoon of honey and you mix a tablespoon of turmeric. And you mix it until it is a sort of paste, and you just take a teaspoon of this in the morning and a teaspoon at night, and you put it on your tongue and let it melt and then swallow it. And it is a natural antibiotic. I think the very first record of this was from the pharaonic, the Egyptian tombs, the pharaohs. They had this as an antibiotic then, and it still works today. I had it when I had work done by the dentist, and he said take antibiotics, and he gave me these enormous pills, and I looked at them and I thought, no, I'm not going to take this. This is all artificial. And I mixed up the honey and the turmeric, and it was better than the antibiotic he was giving me, because any inflammation, any problem with the tooth just disappeared. So I think anybody out there who is listening to this and they've had one of these supposed colds for more than 2 weeks, get yourself some honey and turmeric, mix it up. You can take it over a period of days because it is natural. It is not going to do you any harm. I suppose I should say, if you have any doubt at all, just try it. It's not going to hurt you. So that's my thought for today. I hope it's helpful to you. And I'll be back tomorrow. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss.